Norman North had a bit of an identity crisis when the schools split. A couple years in, we were like, we need to figure out a way to solve this. Norman North needs to have its own identity, and so we just started coming up with ideas, and SPUD was a result of that. We went through lots and lots of different names, brainstorming, and because it was such a new idea, we wanted something that people wouldn't forget. And so we were literally sitting around, myself and a couple of the den kids, brainstorming a list, and we thought it was just catchy enough and silly enough that, you know, people wouldn't forget what it was. And so, students performing unselfish deeds.
For it to actually happen, that was very much in question until it started, the actual week. But ultimately, the goal was to have an event that brought the student body together, that allowed them to actually not worry about what cliques they were in, whatever they were doing, whatever activities they were in, and actually do something for a common cause.
Kind of the same sentiments as, you know, I think it's a cyclical thing that happens, and the society doesn't think that the people in high school are capable of doing amazing things. And David and I thought, well, yes, we are. Let's show them how much we can do and what we can do for this community that's raised us. And that was kind of the impetus behind SPUD for us.
We didn't feel like we had enough time. We needed to have something happen before we could really in earnest go and ask for like sponsorships from businesses, because we were starting with, and we had some, and they helped sponsor small events, but at the same time, it wasn't like we could go out and get big dollar amounts for something that had never happened yet. And a lot of it was relying upon, again, what we had started it with, which was the faith that the students would come together and that the different student organizations would roll out.
We did this Star Wars themed SPUD assembly, and we had a zip line. We had one of our girls that was a pole vaulter here that ended up being a state champion that actually was Princess Leia, and she pole vaulted in and fought Darth Vader, and it was pretty cool.
We tried to get every organization in camp that made sense and figure out something that they could do, even if they were contributing $100. It was great, and it was perfect, because it was the whole point of the event, which is for every student from every walk of life within Norman North to come together and have a total.
And honestly, just to get it off the ground was kind of a win. We had no idea what we were going to raise.
Our goal that we set was, we need to raise $10,000 for this to be a thing that takes off. And so our goal from the outset was, hope we make more than that, but we've got to get ourselves to $10,000.
It's not the number drop, but it's that like 3 seconds after that number drop when you see the realization on everybody's face that all of their hard work mattered and that it paid off. Watching the students really connect with the recipients has been pretty cool. SPUD's goal, at least as far as I know, and especially since I've been in charge, we really try to find a direct connection to the Norman North community, whether it be somebody from town or an organization that impacts the students in Norman Public Schools or someone from a feeder school, and watching the students just connect with these families or organizations, learn from them, bond with them, and create these relationships. It's a wonderful thing to watch.
I heard the phrase later, you know, planting the seeds of the trees of the shade you will not sit under, you know, and I didn't know that at the time we were there, but, you know, every time I look back on what you all are still doing, it's kind of like, you know, I have that sense of pride of like, man, that's really cool that this is still going, and not because of what the idea that we had, but just because it's the same kids who still find the passion to continue to do this is pretty awesome.
Having come from here and seen it from the ground up, and you know, opening up Instagram and seeing $200 and some odd thousand that you guys are giving away, it's very significant, and I'm happy to have been a part of it from the beginning.
It's what we hoped. I mean, I legitimately had hopes that this day and the dollar amounts that you guys are raising would happen, but there was no way to predict whether that was going to be the case or not. But the fact that it is a testament to the work of people for the last 25 years, both students and advisors and the community.
Congratulations, SPUD, on 25 years of serving this community, of pouring into others and impacting the lives all around the city of Norman and the state of Oklahoma. What has been accomplished here at Norman North High School is nothing short of amazing. You all have become the model for student philanthropies nationwide, statewide. People look to you for how to do things, and I think that is a pretty amazing accomplishment, and so I can't wait to see what happens in the next 25 years.